Hey, aloha everybody. Eric West here, HawaiiRealEstate.org, bringing you another tale from, not a tale, but a true story, unfortunately, of disaster that struck here on Maui and has affected so many different families. And getting local families to come on this channel has been very, very challenging. And part of it is because they're not the kind of people that want to ask for help, honestly. But thankfully, I've been able to get the Akawillis here to tell their story. They do not speak very good English. It's mainly Filipino, so one of their sons is going to translate this story, or this interview, I should say. And they're a family of 8. They've been on Maui for about, I'd say, 12, 13 years. They started off on Molokai, and they've been over here. Their home was in the Lahaina neighborhood, and they're going to tell exactly what happened that day and what has happened subsequently. And we're going to put a GoFundMe link, like we do for all our survivor stories, right in the description and the show notes and the comments. So please give what you can. We're learning quickly that there's not a whole lot of help for people like this coming from any government agency, and the $700 per whatever is a complete joke. So let me introduce to you the Akawillis. Justin over here has been selected to be the best person to sort of translate the questions and the answers. We've got baby John, who's Big John now, and I've known this family, by the way, since we moved here. So I am, we go back a long ways. Mary Vic is the mom, Jerry is the father, and then we have Clinton is what I always called him. So anyway, there's 3 other children that are not here right now, obviously, but they are a family of 8. And so I'm just going to start out with you, Justin. The first question is ask your folks, how long they've been on Maui, what do they do, and just any information, background information about them.
Could I get elected? How many years kayo ito Hawaii? Tapos like if the background nyo, bang Filipino tapos chances ko naman. Pang Filipino, tapos chances ko naman.
I'm still
Filipino I say.
Filipino.
3 years ko jay Mulukayan, but ito almost 15 years. Yeah.
Sige ma.
9 years, almost 9 years here. I work housekeeping all the time.
And Jerry, what do you do?
Ano Bram?
I'm work Marriott.
You're at the Marriott?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your just what's your current job situation after the fire? What's your current employment status?
Ay current job yo, like wala trabaho kayo day.
I'm working before the.
Right now.
Sorry about that. You speak up.
Wait, right now?
Yeah. Does she have a job right now?
Ada trabaho here right now?
No more.
No more. Okay.
Yeah, no more job today.
Obviously, you've got 8, family of 8. I understand you recently did qualify for some Red Cross, and you've received a place to stay, a 2-bedroom for a family of 8, and for a period of time. Can you just ask them to clarify that, and how long that's going to be? Last. How long will that last for?
Kuna ke ajay.
You can just pass it around.
I apply Red Cross, but that's I approve for temporary stay in hotel.
And for how long?
I'm not sure, or 1 month or more.
Okay.
Kitam di camera tapos kitam ere. Okay.
And then ask them to tell a little bit of a story. What happened the day of the fire? I believe they were both at work. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. So when najay fire anak kayo?
I go work.
What time?
I'm work 8 o'clock.
So,
Done is 4 o'clock.
what time ka nagpanaw?
I'm 7 o'clock.
Tapos what time ka nagpas?
4.
4. Sige nga pang nagtrabaho kaya?
Yeah.
And Jerry, you were at work too?
I work Marriott. I'm start 8 o'clock, gonna pow 4 o'clock. But I come back tomorrow. Yeah, another day.
This is same day.
The same day.
So the day of the fire, you were at work when it broke out, and your kids were at home.
Yeah.
He said
Okay.
the power went out at 4 a.m.
The power was out at 4 a.m.
and they left for work at 7 a.m.
Idi eksubli kami traffic yan. Sila
Okay.
ayati nangyari yan.
So when they got back, it was traffic already, and so they couldn't head back.
Yeah. So and stay the parking, sleep and parking Hyatt 2 days.
2 days.
Yeah.
She parked at the Hyatt, and that's where they camped out for the night.
Wow. So you couldn't get back to the house.
Yeah.
You could not get back to your house the day of the fire.
Yeah.
Wow. So you were separated. You were separated from your kids because you couldn't get in.
Yeah.
So you found out the fire was happening while you were at work, and then you were unable to go to the house.
Yeah.
Wow. So
Couldn't get nagsubli ka dyan ba itas? Aja nakko da sa akin.
Kinaganap police mo.
I go back the house is the police no need back there because you have fire already.
okay.
Ano na ka na? Mama ka na?
Subli kami di balayo.
May di kaya lain kung
May na
makasal
kayo
ka.
alaan ni police no need.
Handang
So after my
Too close.
sorry.
That's okay.
After my mom and dad was done at work, they was trying to come back to the house to come pick us up and stuff like that. But I guess the cops said that no need.
Okay.
That's what my mom said. And
in-stop na niya police anything.
and my dad just said they stopped my dad to go up there.
Okay.
They told him.
And who was all at the house at this time? Were you up there, Justin?
Me, Clinton, and Jerry and Jeremiah.
So 4 of the kids were at the home.
Yeah, Sally, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
four.
four kids.
Yes.
And John was not there. You're in Lahaina town? Were you
Yeah.
in Lahaina?
He was at the Civic.
I was at the Civic Center with my friend.
You were at the Civic Center with your friend. What were you doing there?
Me and my friend was cruising at Aloha Mart gas station, and we hopped in with his parents because the light post was the electric post. The electric post was about to fall, and that's why we left earlier than everybody. Like it was just us on the road, and everybody was just still at home.
Okay. So Justin, you were at home. Was there any notification to evacuate? Were there cops? Were they going up and down evacuating? How did you know that you had to leave?
So me and my brother Clinton, we go check up where the first fire was, where it first started, and then we was like, yeah, it was done already. And then when we came down, like 10 minutes after, like that's when it started. And then after that, we just was like talking story and like, just like, oh, should we leave and just,
Was there anyone being evacuated? Was there cops or loudspeakers or anything?
No cops. Like no one told us to leave. Like
Firemen? Did you see any firemen?
nothing.
Did you see any firemen with hoses and spraying houses down or anything? Did you see anyone fighting a fire anywhere?
No,
Ever?
I never seen none of that.
Okay. Was the water working in your house? Do you happen to remember?
We're not sure. I'm not sure.
Don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, and I remember you told me a story about when you were leaving, and I know you have a video of it.
Yeah.
We're actually going to post it on this channel because I think what you did was pretty amazingly heroic, Justin.
Appreciate that.
Is when you were. Well, you tell the story, bro. But it's really crazy. It's really amazing too.
So my brother just like playing around and like saying like, oh look the 2 old folks, and my brother was like, and I was like, bro, should we go help them? And then my brother was like, nah, no need. But just knowing me, like I went back, like I went cause I had traffic going down the hill, so I go hit the other lane, and then from there that's when I got out and then picked up, like asked Auntie if she needed help, and then Auntie was like, please boy, come on. He was like saying please boy in like Filipino. And then she's like, yeah, just grab Tata, and then I took on I have a speaker in my truck, so I took my racks out and then threw in the back fast, and then me and my brother came around. I was ready. My brother came around to help me, and then
And you loaded them into your truck, yeah?
Yeah, we
Because you
just
got an
lifted them
8-inch
up.
lift or something crazy?
Yeah, 8-inch, yeah.
You got a beautiful big Toyota, but when you see the video, what's shocking is you can see these 2 old people and everyone's trying to get out, and there's a big line of traffic, and John, and you can see this video where the wind is blowing, and these two elderly, frail people are not even able to move down the street because of the wind, and they're just like struggling. And then he pulls over in his truck and loads them into this big 8-inch lifted truck, and then you got out of there and went straight to the other side, right? You went you got him off of the west side of Maui, right?
Yeah, the next day.
The next day. So
Yeah.
where did you go right at that moment? Where did you take him?
So I took Tata, grandma, whatever, or grandpa. I took him, and then had uncle in the back. I knew. I told him I had more space to move I had to move my speaker. And
3 people, that's why.
and that
Three
one-
people you
two,
took?
No, it was
Oh,
two.
two.
It was 2 people.
Okay.
Yeah. So I took Tata, and then I looked back to me. I had uncle going stuck on traffic, and I knew him, so I go ask uncle. I was like, "You gotta take Nana right now," and then he was like saying no. I was like, "Nah, you gotta take him right now, cause I cannot fit nobody in my truck." And I guess she's like, "Yeah, hurry up," and then we threw Nana inside.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You threw her in there? I'm just
No,
kidding.
no.
I'm just kidding. But you're a real hero, man. Seriously, you saved those.
Exactly where
you-
you drove, where you drove.
You saved those people's lives. So where did you drive? What happened when you left? Anything?
Oh,
was it sketchy getting out of there or hard?
Honestly, it was we were stuck on traffic for like a little bit, and then Lahaina Luna Road.
You're trying to come down Lahaina?
coming down
Coming
Lahaina
down.
Luna Road, and then I guess the uncle. I was trying to follow uncle because he was like rushing. You know what I mean? And he went first, and then I took the other lane. You know, like the lane going up.
Yeah.
I took that lane going down.
So were you able to get on the bypass and leave out the bypass, or did you go down into Lahaina?
I went down because after that, uncle had to go save his grandma and like grandpa.
So he wanted you to go check on some people.
Yeah.
For real?
We
Wow.
both went down to go check on.
Did you go
his
check
family.
on him?
Yeah, we went back down and then picked up all of them, and then after that,
So you picked up more people.
yeah, his family, uncle's family.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then where'd you go?
And after that, I lost my brother. My brother was driving my old school truck, and he took off, and then I went to check down, and then so I lost my brother and never had. It was SOS, like never had service.
You couldn't, no cell phone service
no
and
cell
no
phone.
power.
Yeah.
And then at the time, you got out of there.
Yes.
At this time, did you know that your house had burned to the ground? Did you know this? Or
Honestly, we just left cause the smoke, and like the smoke was too thick already. Like
Hardly breathe.
it was like we had a hard time breathing, and like it was going in the house, and like still like from there we would go outside. Still we had a hard time breathing.
So when did you learn that your house burned down?
So we just left cause of smoke, but like we thought it was gonna be that bad, and then from there like we knew when the fire was still going. Like when we was waiting downtown, that's when we knew like granted and burned down. So
Yeah.
it was still going.
Were you in Lahaina town after this? Where did you go right directly after picking up these folks? Did you leave the area or did you stick around?
No, I sticked around. I stayed by Boys and Girls Club by the pool.
By the pool, yeah.
I stayed over there. I watched it for a little bit, and then after that, the cops came, and then like they told us like leave. Like he wasn't telling us leave. He just like, can we? Everybody gotta go. Gotta go, and then you just pushing the traffic more towards Wailuku.
Okay, and then you left at that time, or where did you go then?
So I went towards a little bit to like Puamana, and then I turned down to that neighborhood to go check on my friends, and then
The neighborhood on the Mauka side, the mountain side of the highway, or inside on Front Street?
It's on Front Street Road. It's
Okay,
I'm on a gate.
got you. That neighborhood.
Checking on his friend.
Oh, okay. And so at this time, the fire was not in Lahaina town yet.
It was up in the mountains.
Up in,
It's-
still
No,
up in
it
your
was-
neighborhood.
it was coming down already. It was coming
okay.
down to like they call it homeless shelter. It was coming down to homeless shelter already. That's what when I was sitting by the Boys and Girls Club, it was already coming. It was the skate park.
Yeah.
It was like coming like it went to the road already.
Yeah,
to
to
the skate
the
park,
Aloha
the highway.
Station and all that stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
Because it burned the homeless shelter back in there, right?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
went down too.
yeah.
And that's right by the Boys and Girls
Yes,
Club.
yes,
Wow.
Yes.
So you were kind of right behind the fire as it was
Yeah.
chasing you down,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah.
And then that night you went to other side and stayed in Wailuku? Or next day?
The next day.
So where did you stay that night?
So we keep getting pushed back. So I thought like the next day would be Chai, and then we stayed at Uluwatu, and then I
You
guess
slept in your truck.
in my truck, yeah, Uluwatu, the beach park thing.
Wow.
Yeah, we stayed
And the
over.
elderly people were sleeping with you?
So I had Tata, the guy helped out, and my brother. So it was only us three, and then my friend guys was like next to us with their
Okay,
car.
okay.
Yeah.
So, in terms of what's happened since then, right? You guys got a place to stay finally.
Yes,
For a
yes.
month.
Yes.
And ask your mom what are some of the things that they need right now that could be most helpful, considering they just lost everything and they have a month to stay in this hotel and they don't have any jobs. What's the most important things that are on her mind?
Kunana etiquette, what ana important need you like
I need
kanin,
house,
a house to stay at,
yeah, and financial,
Kinalos mi ko naman.
finance. Or,
financial.
Because I understand you
Yeah.
had shared earlier that a lot of your life savings was cash that you had in the house, and that all burned, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, awan palos ti na-share mi. Na loss amin anti necklace and money 20,000 and then kwani Gemar ano pagsaksayan na sa upat ng floor basta awan ti na-share mi. Stress like ano.
yeah. So my dad went back to like
Just repeat what he said. Just say.
all the stuff he wanted to save because you know what I mean, he worked hard for it, you know what I mean, and he was trying to save my brother guys like toys and stuff like that, like family stuff, you know what I mean, passport and stuff like that.
All the papers are burned, everything's
all the
burned.
stuff my mom guys worked for, like citizen and stuff like that. That's what my mom guys went back, and obviously for us too, you know what I mean. So
And then the $20,000 cash, your life savings,
Yeah.
is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years ng kasla nagi inipon di jay one shot lang awan ti nagbalingan na lagas na.
Transfer mo.
Sigala ta na English ka na ta.
Because the 20 cash money, that is a long time to savings for I plan vacation in the Philippines, but it's all gone.
Yeah.
We was planning a trip to the Philippines when the fire never started. We had it planned there. We was gonna go in October to go to the Philippines, just go vacation. That was the savings for the 20,000. That was the savings to go to the
Yeah.
Philippines.
We also been saving for a house, right?
yeah.
To for a down payment someday, yeah? I remember you guys telling me that a few times, So there's a lot of Filipino families that live on Maui, right? A lot of Filipino families were affected by this fire.
Yeah.
A lot of Filipinos I found don't want to ask for help or appear on camera. It's just not in the culture. Is there anything that you want to share in Filipino to the Filipino families that are watching this in terms of coming forth and telling their stories?
So kunana etiquette, agso ka Filipino, tapos bagam like game mo or like if abalin game mo,
Be safe or
edit, take video and help the people out. So bagam game mo or Filipino tao, bubuya.
Iwan mo pala na. Sikan as mo lata. Ano ba yun?
Sorry, my mom is shy sometimes.
Baka mo lata.
So baba na kid.
I know.
Apya mo pa ka.
Baka mo lata.
same one like
Bagam
get
Filipino.
out there.
Yeah.
Like game mo, like if kada too long, bagam
Ako ito.
Eric West.
Pa-interview ka. Pa-interview ko sa dyan.
interview and
Yeah.
Eric will help you guys out. Kaya na bagam like
Is there anything that she wants to say to the Filipino families out there or the other local families that are going through
Yeah.
this? Any words of advice or anything that you would recommend?
Game mo like kita dato video kita kaya mo say da.
Yeah, Filipino. Awisin na kayo ni Eric nga ang pamilya.
Buya or
Umay kayo agpa-interview tatulungan na kayo kano.
one.
Kaya da kami itimay isang na interview marbaring no matulungan na tayo apo. Da kayo padang Pilipino apo. Da kami itimay isang na interview.
You want to translate that for us, Justin?
So my dad said
All Filipino.
like all like the Filipino like
Family.
if Eric can interview you guys for help out or you to help them out, and my dad was just saying like be a good help for you know what I mean for us or any Filipinos. That's what he was saying. Yeah.
And part of it too is I think that the world would like to hear from the people that suffered in this fire exactly what their story is, what they experienced. For example, that these folks were hard at work and were unable to even return to their homes, which I guess is understandable in the case of an emergency and a fire. But just imagine the heart-wrenching knowledge of knowing you're at work and you can't go to your house to see and save your children, and not knowing, and that's just part of the many aspects of this that I think are just so unbearable to think of what that would be like, and just the trauma that these folks have experienced, and honestly how they're being let down by the government and FEMA and Red Cross, and how they really are essentially in a position of hopelessness. If you can try to imagine everything you own is gone, and your last little bit of savings is gone, and you are living on borrowed time in some hotel, and you don't have a job. So just try to fathom what that's like. And what we're trying to do is just shine a light on this and fill the gap between the millions of dollars that we know are coming to Maui in the form of help, and the fact that it's probably never going to make its way to a family like this unless you choose to change that. And that goes for directly donating to this family, but also spreading the word that the Red Cross and FEMA and these other big organizations, they're not coming to help. They are not coming to help. They will leave the victims of this fire continually victimized forever. And the only way that can change is if you choose to change it and make a difference directly by giving to their GoFundMe, making a difference directly by not giving money to these big organizations, making a difference by sharing this video with everybody that you know, and just helping us get the word out, because it's up to you, America, if you're going to allow this victimization to continue, or if you're going to step up and change it directly, taking responsibility as a people, and then also holding those people responsible that are doing this, and also those organizations that are ripping off the victims as we speak. I cannot tell you how many different people have reached out to me from other fires that occurred, and they tell me America just forgets. The Red Cross and these organizations are essentially just there for photo ops and collecting the money. They leave and leave these people holding the bag. They are the disenfranchised. They're the people that live in the gaps. They're the people that don't have paperwork. They're people that have immigrated here to work here. They are the forgotten, and they will be forgotten unless you choose right now to not forget them. So I'm asking you to make a decision right now to help any way you can. And we know you will, and we thank you ahead of time for doing that. And I know that this message will spread, and we'll have more people like the Akawilis on this channel that will tell their story so the truth will get out. Most importantly, the support that they very much need. So I just want to thank you guys so much for stepping forth and sharing your story with us. I know it takes a lot to put yourself in this position, to be vulnerable, to show the world what's happening in your suffering, because you are an independent, hardworking people that doesn't, count on people to. I mean, I've tried to help you guys so many times over the years, and it's not easy, because you're self-sufficient, and you take care of business, and you work three jobs, so it's like,
Tell them how hard they work.
you guys have no clue probably how hard the people in Maui work. All their kids get jobs while they're in high school. Most of them don't make it out of high school because they're working and they're contributing to the family, and they're not making $100,000 plus an hour, $100,000 salary jobs. They're making minimum wage and change. So they make it work. They've done it. They work hard, and now what little they have and what little opportunity that they were clinging on to has just been evaporated in a very questionable fire, quite frankly.
Amen.
And so either you step up or you just step up. That's what you do right now. There's no other option. So that's what I'm asking you to do, and I pray that you will do it for this family and for the many others that are here on Maui. So I thank you guys. Any last words? Ask them if there's any last words they have for America, for the world to hear. Any last words?
Wait, sorry, what?
Any last words? Anything else you want to say? You can ask them if there's anything else they want to say.
Shout out to Eric West and the West family.
John, anything you want to say, bro?
guys, thank you for donating to Maui, and it's helping a lot. It's helping the community, and thank you for everything, all the clothes, all the food you guys have been donating over here, and thank you.
Clinton, come on, you can say something, big boy. Let's go.
Stay safe out there.
And are you missing a computer for video games? Huh? Clinton, what's the latest game you were playing? Fortnite still? You're the king of Fortnite, bro. Any last words?
Thank you for help, everybody, and thank you so much for help.
Yeah, thank you for help for Eric and Lisa, but me for the interview. Thank you so much. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Umay kayo, padak nga Filipino, umay kayo pa-interview kini Eric. Yeah, thank you so much. I-translator mo, Justin.
Yeah, translated, Justin. Hang on, where you at? I gotta find you in my phone.
My dad said,
Oh, Johnny.
to all the Filipino families out there watching the video, come check out Eric West to get interviewed. Just show him tell him your guys' story. He wants to to tell people out there just how the struggle is in Maui right now.
That's great.
All right. Much aloha, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We thank you for caring about Maui, and we appreciate your continued support. You can always go to our website, mauilfg.org. You can, of course, submit yourself as a resource. We have a resources button. If you have something to offer besides money for the Akawillis, you get another resource. You can register yourself there.
And tell them how special and precious this family is.
Very, very, very special. Very, very precious. Doesn't get any better. And also, if you have a need, you can go to mauilfg.org and register yourself as someone that needs help. Please do so. Until next time, we will be back with more stories like this. Thank you so much for your continued support. Much aloha.